Hello and welcome to the Knitted Paradise podcast. This is episode 2. I cast on all the things. I'm Lucia, your hostess, and let's get started. First of all, I forgot to say last time that I'm known online as Pearl of the Pacific. That's pearl as in oyster pearl, P-E-A-R-L. A little different than knit pearl, but you get the idea. That was a nickname my grandfather had for me when I was younger, and so I named my company after that. So that's what I've been going by online. So you can find me mostly on Ravelry and Instagram. Those are the two I use the most, although I'm trying to use Plurk more often, and I also have a Facebook page you can find me on. And you can also find me on my website, which is pearlofthepacific.info. That's where my blog is, that's where you find information. There's also some pictures of the custom socks I've knit and stuff like that. So let's get started. First we have On the Island, which is works in progress. You'll notice this list has grown from last time. First we have the Butterfly Shadow Socks, which are the pink socks. This is a pattern I'm designing as I go. I may or may not publish it depending on if people are interested. But this is out of Cascade Heritage in the Cotton Candy colorway. I'm knitting these on size 1 or magic loop 2 at a time, which is kind of my sock knitting MO, if you want to call it that. It's kind of my standard. So you see the lacy pattern goes all the way up the front, and last time I just turned the heel, so I've gotten a little farther than that. But I kind of slowly grew the lacy pattern around to the back. And just turn these around, you can kind of see how it creates a little arc right there and then continues all the way around. So I've been working on those. I'm almost ready for the cuff, but not quite. I try to do them the leg the same length as the foot. So once I reach the edge of that lace, then I'll start a cuff. But that's my first of my commission knits, as you would call it, for Pearl of the Pacific. And the yarn cupcake has grown into a, I don't even know what this is. Anyway, it works, so I'm not gonna fix it. That's project number 1. Project number 2 are the Convertible Mitts, which are based on a pattern by Maggie Smith. It's like easy fingerless mitts or something like that. They're just kind of based loosely on that. They haven't really changed from the last time I podcasted, which was last week, Wednesday. Today, oh, I forgot to mention the date. It is October 14th on Monday, and Monday's going to be my regular recording day now because that's when my husband is not home. So I don't have to bother him. So these are the fingerless flip top mitts. I have to add the top, but they haven't changed. Because I was out of town over the weekend. And that's out of Lorna's Laces. This is Mason, and this is Silver. And then I'm going to be making another pair for that little guy's sister out of Tomfoolery. So those are in progress / next on needles. Next we have the Gateway to Fall Shawl, which is the Fall Mystery Knit Along by Wild Prairie Knits. And I showed you last time I knit some out of Knit Pick Stroll, and then I decided I rather would use that for a pair of socks. So I ripped it out, and it's now rewound into a nice cake. And I wound up my new colors just right before I recorded. And this is Leading Men Fiber Arts in the Showstopper base, and this is London Fog, and this is Royalty. I just got a new, oh, hi Pan, you gonna say hi? I just got a new Yarn Swift from the Oregon Woodworkers, which I'll talk about a little later. Bye Pan. And so I wound it, but I started winding this one, and then after I was done I lost the middle. So I tried to wind it again on the ball winder from the outside and lost the middle again, so I just wound that around the outside, and I'll figure out fix that later, but I like my new ball winder. It makes very firm cakes. This is the first one I did. Oh, hi, kitty. Making an appearance in the back. Hi. You're a good boy. So that's off the needles at the moment, but we'll be back soon. Apparently Pan's going to park himself there. I'll make it so you can see his cuteness. Yeah. Next we have the Audrey Triple Wrap Shawl by Rebecca Hatcher, which is a pattern I bought from a local yarn store. And this is out of Madeline Tosh Prairie in the window pane colorway. I think that's what it is. And this is a gorgeous single ply lace weight yarn. Squishy. And that's what it looks like so far. Let me hold it against my hair. Maybe you can kind of see it. There's not a whole lot there, but there's these like places where you wrap 3 stitches and that 3 times, and that's how you get the name Triple Wrap Shawl. So that's not very much. It's my first time working with lace weight, so that's kind of exciting. And that's that. Next we have the Treebeard Socks, which I started on my trip, which I'll talk about a little later. This is a pattern by Claire Ellen, and it's out of Highland Handmaids and the Mountain Maple Sock in the Zui colorway, which is one she did because different names for, or different words for 2, because she did 2 different colored dyes on it. So this is a cuff down sock, which is very different for me. I'm used to doing them toe up 2 at a time, but I'm following the directions and I'm doing them 1 at a time and cuff down. So it's a little different, but that's how much I have so far. Finished the ribbing and then started the chart just a little bit. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, but it's squishy. Oh yeah, I forgot to say in the beginning. Knitted Paradise, where the needles are clicking and the yarn is squishy. Because I like my squishy yarn. You like squishy yarn? You like squishy yarn? I think you'd like yarn balls to play with. We'll have to knit him some yarn toys. And one last thing. There's a long list. See, I told you I cast on all the things on my trip. Because I only took selfish knitting on the trip. Was the Manic Panic cowl, which is by Sarah Core, and it's out of Claudia Hand Paints, and it's in raspberry and then Scout's Honor and deep blue, and it's just a simple linen stitch cowl, very cool with the 3 different colorways. It was pretty massive because it's like 400 stitches around, but actually I would go with this sweater. This is not a sweater I knit, it's a sweater I bought. This is just what I was wearing at work today, so that's what I'm wearing now. Ta-da! So that's turning out really well. That was kind of my mindless knitting for the trip. Oh good, it's on the right setting. Just sorry, I had to check. Because I didn't really have to pay attention to it, whereas the Treebeard Socks and the shawl were a little more involved because there was chart reading. That's that, and I think that's it for on the island. It's a lot. Yeah. Next we have Set Sail, finished objects, which are 0, because I cast on all the things, so now I need to finish some things. Hopefully this week I'll finish the pink socks, the butterfly shadow socks. And yeah, I think that's the only thing that's close to finishing. Oh, I might finish the Convertible Mitts with the Lorna's laces. Next we have On the Horizon, or What's Up Next. I have a lot of friends having babies, and so I'm gonna knit some baby stuff. And I decided instead of making garments that they'll grow out of, I'm going to make them stuffed animals. And probably some other things. But my friend just had a baby very recently, actually, like a week ago. And it's a little girl, so I'm going to make her Bunny, which is out of Itty Bitty Toys by Susan B. Anderson. It's a really cute bunny. And I am making that out of Barocco Weekend in this is the Camp Stove colorway and the Iris colorway. So this is going to be the inside of his ears, and this is going to be the rest of the body. So it's a little girly, but can go either way. So it's first, and she was the one who just had the baby, and then I'm going to make some, like a bib out of some sugar and cream in whatever multi color this is. It's yellows and pinks and oranges, and oh, that's girly, but not too girly. So make some bibs out of that, and then I'm going to make, that's the I Love Stockinette baby bib. It's really simple. It's free on Ravelry. And yeah, and then I'll probably make some little socks, although she lives in Hawaii, so it's pretty warm there. I don't think she'll need some socks, but maybe for the other baby. My cousin's having a baby next, so. But I gotta get this bunny and stuff knit first before I can worry about that. Next we have from the mainland, so recent acquisitions. I didn't buy any yarn in the last few days, but I did get a new yarn swift, which I got for my birthday, which was way back in July. My parents wanted to know, what do you want for your birthday? And I'm like, I really like a yarn swift, because I had a ball winder, a Knit Picks ball winder, which it was cheap and worth about $20, which is what I paid for it. It wasn't too great. So I was like, you know what I really would like was it be a yarn swift and ball winder, because before my husband would just hold the yarn and then I'd wind it on the crappy ball winder. So I asked for a new swift, or a swift, and a new ball winder. So I went to the Oregon Woodworker, which is yarnswifts.com, and I got a, it's one of those tabletop Amish style swifts, but I got a bag for it. You can order it for $7 extra. I got a bag in the Ocean Breeze color, which kind of matches my sweater. But I thought Ocean Breeze kind of went with Pacific and that stuff. So it comes in a bag and it comes in pieces. So here are the pegs you stick in the pole, and then you fit these two pieces together, and it sits on a thing, and they have a non-slip pad. And you just put the yarn around it and wind it. So I got this and a Royal ball winder, which is amazing. It's so much nicer, and it fits a bigger ball than my Knit Picks, which is really nice. So that's that. I'm in love with it. I just opened it tonight. It came while I was gone over the weekend. So I opened it tonight and wound up a lot of things. So I'm really excited. So that's that. I love it. It's great. My husband's very happy because now he doesn't have to hold up the yarn. His arms got a good workout. But I am very pleased. If you're looking for a yarn swift and you don't want one of the umbrella expanding ones, this is great, and just lays on the tabletop. Or you could put it on the floor, either one. You having a good time there? So, I think that's it. Oh, from my holiday. So, things about me. I just went on a trip this weekend with my husband. I realized it's actually our second trip since we got married. We went to Hawaii in March to visit my parents. And this time we went to Michigan to see where Jeremy grew up. So that was kind of exciting. We got to see some of his friends that he hasn't seen in a really long time, and just show me where he went to school and all that fun things. So that was great. I got to do that in March when we visited my hometown, so it was kind of fun to do the reverse. And we went apple picking, which I'd never done before, which is really fun. I can't believe I've been here. This will be my fourth fall? Yeah, this will be my fourth fall and winter because I arrived in August. And I've never gone apple picking, so that was really fun to do. Got to taste some apples I'd never had before. And yeah, so that was really fun to just kind of get out of town for the weekend. Cat missed us. He slept in my face last night. Of course, now you want to ignore me. He's a very people-oriented cat. He comes and greets you at the door. He says hi to you. He likes having people around. And he also plays fetch, which is really kind of funny. So someday I'll have to show you guys how he plays fetch. He loves hair ties. So you throw a hair tie, he'll go and get it and bring it back to you, put it down in front of you, and then go and wait for you to throw it again. It's pretty awesome. I didn't know that when I adopted him, but he's a pretty awesome cat. So I think that's it. Pretty short show, I think. Yeah, whole 15 minutes. Well, I don't want to make it too long. I know you guys watch a lot of other podcasts, so I don't want to drain on forever. But thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time in Paradise.